What's up, ScoonTV family? Over the weekend, there was some violence in Round Rock, Texas. A Juneteenth celebration. I gotta be honest, I haven't heard of Juneteenth until the last 5 or so years. I grew up in New York. I went to school in New York. I don't recall learning about Juneteenth, but apparently it's part of Southern culture. June 19th, 1865, slaves were declared free, but many weren't released in the South because they didn't know. And it wasn't until the ratification of the 13th Amendment later on in December of 1865 that all slaves were freed. A lot of Americans, Black Americans, identify with slavery strongly. I don't agree with slavery being the basis of your identity, your cultural identity, but to each his own. The U.S. government has made Juneteenth a federal holiday. It's one less day for people to work. I'm sure they like that because they don't want to work anyway. And I don't just mean Black people, by the way. Don't get it twisted. More and more Americans don't like to work. They want money, but they don't like to work. In Washington, D.C., where I'm based, there's something called Emancipation Day. I didn't know about that. That seems to be a D.C. thing, although Juneteenth is also known as Emancipation Day in some places. It's been a long time, man. Are we still celebrating freedom from slavery? I mean, we got to find some other things to do, but most importantly, we got to find better ways to celebrate. Because if this is a festive event, something worth celebrating, how does it devolve into 2 innocent people getting killed, 14 people being wounded, some of them children, at something where we're supposed to come out and celebrate our freedom? The lead performers at this concert, it was Paul Wall and some other Southern rappers that I'm not familiar with. And after Paul Wall left the stage, and by the way, Paul Wall is white. He was very popular in the 2000s with the grills and, or was it the 90s? He's been around for a long time. And he popularized a lot of things as far as Texas rap, Southern rap. He played a big part in it. He left the stage and people got to shooting 2 rival groups. Now people are dead. I say ban all of these celebrations. I saw people online talking about the police didn't search people. How you search people at a park? Why do you have to search people at a park? Why? Why? On X, I mentioned that I don't recall anything like this happening at a Rick James concert or a Commodore's concert. See, it's not a Black thing, right? We've been socially engineered for the last 40 years through hip hop. As hip hop became progressively more violent, so did the Black community. No, I'm not blaming it exclusively on the lyrics. There are other things that happened simultaneously while this was going on. The breakdown of the family, the breakdown of the church, the breakdown of anything that put structure in our community happened while hip hop was on the incline. And of course, the artists who are products of that phenomena, they express those things in their music. And it's like something that's self-perpetuating. I'm not blaming hip hop. Hip hop happened in conjunction with a lot of other things. The crack epidemic, tough sentencing guidelines, the collapse of the church. Well, not even the collapse of the church. The church pretty much just folded right into the Democratic Party. The politicization of the church is more like it. Whereas the values of politics became the values of the pulpit. So there's no strength, no direction in the Black community. What hip hop has done is metastasized the dysfunction. It has spread it everywhere. It is the carrier virus, infecting everyone who listens to it. Is it the source? No. No, it is not Wuhan, okay? But it is the virus that was created in Wuhan, and figuratively, of course. And now this is where we are. This isn't the first time a Juneteenth celebration has been shot up. Several years ago in Charlotte, the same thing happened. But it's not a problem with Juneteenth. It's a problem with us. Wherever we congregate, this has a high likelihood of happening. So much so that when it doesn't happen, everyone breathes out a sigh of relief because it's just terrible. The music glorifies guns, violence, drug dealing, gang banging, prison culture. What do you expect people who listen to this to do when they're put in certain circumstances? So I'm not surprised what happened. I like to go to plays. I gotta be honest with you. I already know the mindset, not the genetic makeup, the mindset of people who allow themselves to be programmed by this dysfunctional music masquerading as an art form. I already know what to expect. God bless the dead. Prayers to the wounded. Hopefully those children recover. And just because they live doesn't mean that they don't have lifelong injuries.